Welcome back to the Nation, live from the Texas Roadhouse, Westtown location. Chris Lowe, who is on scene in Indianapolis as the national championship game between Alabama and Georgia will take place tomorrow night. Chris, we're joined on the phone right now by Tennessee offensive coordinator Alex Golesh. Coach Golesh, welcome to the Nation.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Coach, when you look back at this season, when you guys arrived and started to put in the work, I know you didn't set any kind of expectations because you didn't want to limit yourself, but at the same time, how proud are you of what you and your staff and the guys around you were able to get done this year with Coach Eipel?
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways as a coach, you always look back and you tend to see the opportunities maybe lost or some things you probably left out there on the field. Obviously, the last play for us offensively kind of makes you sick a little bit. As a whole, I'm really proud of just our guys that stuck it out, went through the hard with us, and at the end of the day got a reward of going to a bowl game, got a taste of what it should be, and gave us a really, really good foundation for the future.
Year two, you're going to have back Hendon Hooker. You're going to have back Cedric Tillman. You're going to have back most of your offensive line, Jabari Small, the tight ends, which is important in the offense. How big is the continuity? Can you talk about that? How much do you feel like that this offense can continue to grow, and how much easier will it be for these players now going into year two versus year one?
Yeah, I think obviously from the outside looking in, there's some pieces back. I think year two in our system is really, really big. We're so unique in what we do offensively. I think year two in general, just the way you're teaching now changes. Instead of it being the first time they hear it, now it's the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time they've heard the same coaching points over and over again. At the same time, we got to evolve and continue to change, and now we've gone through a year seeing what SEC defenses look like, what SEC defenses play us like, and continue to evolve and change. I think the goal at the end of it doesn't change. I think, we want to be the best versions of ourselves at the end of it, and whatever that looks like, it looks like. And I've told our offensive guys and coaches the same thing since the day we got here. Last year, February 9th, I think, was our first meeting. Our goal is to become the best version of ourselves. And there's a ton that we left out there, and we'll show them those as opportunities lost. We'll show them how to win those opportunities, and then we'll go to work, and we'll work harder than anybody in the country to put the best offense we possibly can out there.
Hey, Alex, it's Chris with ESPN. We really appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. I wonder how much, along those same lines, how much faster you guys will be able to go this offseason, preseason, because you've got a returning quarterback in Hendon. As you said, everyone knows the terminology. They know what you expect, not just in how you play fast, but everything you do, implementing, building, growing what you do. How much along those lines will you guys be able to go even faster?
Yeah, I think the goal is for us to operate effectively more than necessarily go fast. I think January, February, March is a time to really break it down. And like I said, when I say opportunities lost, doesn't necessarily mean plays that weren't efficient, drives that weren't efficient. Just the players, just like the coaches, understanding this is where we fell short or this is where we didn't execute it. And if we did, look at what could have been. So I think just the ability in year two to have less foundational teaching, less, hey, this is how we play. Hey, this is what good effort looks like. Hey, this is what a good drive looks like. This is what a good executed play looks like. And more truly being able to get back to fundamentals, getting back to teaching the foundation of what we do, how we do it. I think at the end of the day, football is football. It comes down to blocking, comes down to tackling, comes down to technique, fundamentals, and effort. And as long as we can continue to teach all of that the right way, I think the speed of it all will come together in August when we're actually gearing up, ready to go play. I think breaking it down right now is the key. And, we're still going to have a bunch of new faces. We signed a bunch of really talented wideouts. We signed some really talented O-linemen. We're really excited about the backs coming in. And so we're still going to have to go back to square one and teach it. But now there's at least a foundation. And now there's some older guys at their positions that can tell them, no, that's not how you do it. This is how we do it, which I think is going to be monumental for us.
Alex, as many school records as you guys broke this year, the points you put up. I mean, obviously you guys did so many things well, and really were a lot of fun to watch play on offense. Where do you guys have to get better in your mind offensively? What do you got to do better if you're going to continue to take the kind of steps you guys want to take on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I think that answer is always going to be the same. It's going to come down to situational football. It's going to come down to the 1 yard line on the goal line. It's going to come down to converting third downs. I think that's where you win football games is truly in the margins. The points are great, the yards are great, all of that. I think you still have to run the football to win games. I think you still have to be able to finish games in the fourth quarter. More than anything, I think it summarizes all that, situational football. We've got to become a way better offense, understanding situational football, understanding what it takes to convert, understanding when we have 4 downs instead of 3. And at the end of the day, the explosive plays are what gets everybody excited. Converting third downs and instead of taking field goals, getting touchdowns is really what's exciting. And I think that those are the margins where we have to continue to get better.
It's Austin again, Coach. Do you enjoy this time of year, like as the season wraps up and then you kind of start building towards spring, to kind of go back in, kind of do a deep dive on things that worked, things that didn't work, continue to improve, draw up new plays? Do you enjoy this little stretch from end of season through the start of spring practice?
I think obviously we still have a ways to finish up recruiting. I think that part probably keeps you from truly enjoying any part of it.
Okay.
And I love recruiting, and I love that part of it. But I think we've still got a month before this next signing day, and with the transfer portal and the way everything is right now, I think that part never stops. I enjoy getting to work in February and March with our guys. I told them after the last game, we got the offense up together, and I said, what you're about to go into is going to be the dark days of college football. There's really no light at the end of the tunnel. There's really no reward of any sort. There's no fans. There's no anything. This is when football teams are made. This is when elite offenses are built. I'm excited for our guys to get back here in 2 weeks and go through a real offseason and really build it from the ground up and continue to pour into our culture. That part I do love. I think January, February, March, that's when football teams are built. That's when football teams are really their true character comes out. And I'm excited. I think our guys have gone through some hard. I think we got to continue to go through hard for us to become the best version of ourselves. And I think at the end of it, we'll see what the end result is. But that part excites me. Getting these new guys in, we got a ton of mid-year guys. Getting these new guys in, I think, is really, really exciting. Where I think I'm excited to see, through the spring, which of these young guys can help us next year. And that part of it all excites me. The transfer portal and the recruiting, I enjoy. I don't know if I'm just absolutely jumping through hoops to get there.
Hey, Alex, it's Chris Lowe again. We're talking with Tennessee offensive coordinator Alex Golesh. You guys got the reward this year of playing both Alabama and Georgia, and you saw them both in the latter part of the season. You didn't play them early, you played them later. As you think about this game, and I'm up in Indy right now tomorrow night, and obviously you look at the defenses mostly, how do you see the breakdown of the two defenses? Who does what better than the other? What do you feel like you need to attack or not attack as you sort of look at these two defenses, both two of the better ones in college football?
Yeah, starts with personnel. I mean, that defensive line up front for Alabama, you look at both teams, both extremely well coached, both really come from the same tree in terms of what they do and how they attack offenses. I think both of them really, really good in the front seven. Alabama, the the rush ends are so hard to drop back and throw the ball against. I think the success we were able to have was quick perimeter game and being able to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand fast, athletic linebackers, and physical safeties. I think when you look at Georgia, you've kind of got all that except the length at linebacker. I mean, those guys are really hard to throw the football over the middle on. Just so long, so athletic at linebacker. And the depth, I think where Georgia is probably different in a lot of ways is they'll sub in their next seven up front, and there's no loss there. The second D-line is just as good as the first, if not better. And I think that's where it's hard. And for us being a tempo team, you try to wear defenses down. Man, I don't know if Georgia, you can really do that. They were just as good in the fourth quarter as they were in the first. And so I think both extremely well coached. I truly believe the best two defenses in the country are there in Indy. And I think you do win championships with defense, and you can see that. Both those teams are absolutely excellent, and both have efficient quarterbacks. And that's what happens. You end up getting to Indy here in January.
Well, Coach Golesh, we appreciate the time. We know you got a big presentation at the AFCA convention down in San Antonio in about an hour. Good luck with that, okay?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Go Vols, man.
Thank you. That's offensive coordinator Alex Golesh here on The Nation. Before we go to break, fans, the basketball season is upon us. Relax, enjoy, and celebrate with the great refreshing beverages that support the University of Tennessee athletics. Coors Light Mountain Cold Refreshment that's made to chill, Twisted Tea, real brewed iced tea with a twist of lemon, light and crisp Truly Hard Seltzer, and ice cold Dos Equis Cerveza, distributed across the volunteer state by Cherokee Distributing. Remember, celebrate responsibly, and 21 means 21. He's Chris Lowe. I'm Austin Price. We'll be back on the other side with more of The Nation.